opponents. You agree?
Yeah, I agree with what you just said. Like with MC, it's like, as you already mentioned earlier, the unpredictability that he has is also one of the big problems that you have with him. With Jjakji, we talked about him a lot already. Even when we were heading into the series with Snoot MMA, we touched a bit on the Terran player being one of those drop Terrans that really tries to aggressive with the Medivacs. It's general something you see a lot in Terran versus Protoss. Once those drop ships are out, you want to do some damage. Before that, it's really difficult to deal with the photon overcharge. And Jjakji is one of those players that likes to go into the mid game and really put on the pressure with the Medivacs. He's most likely going to try to do that against MC too, but MMA was completely shut down by MC, so it's going to be pretty tricky. We've had already Bling mentioning that he thinks Jjakji is a bit the favorite here. Maybe he can beat the curse now. The last 3 times they met each other, MC took it with ease. Now we're heading into game number 1 of the 4th and last quarterfinal here. Gfinity G3 to find out if MC can advance once again or if Jjakji is actually going to face Hyun in the semifinals. Starting to the bottom left now, here on Overgrowth, our first map, we have the Terran player for My Insanity. It is Jjakji.
And his opponent starting in top right hand side corner. He's rank 1 in the WCS World Rankings right now. We have MC. All right, MC on this map, I feel like if he plays the usual style that we saw, that's unusual for most people, but still kind of standard for him, where like you play with some Blink Stalkers into, like I said, charge lots and sentries. This is one of the better maps to go for this kind of style. Then again, I mean, he's very good at basically pulling off really anything, and it does. Okay, I thought for a second he might go for like a barracks or a gateway. Sorry, in the funky placements, he's gonna check for proxies. MC. Making sure he doesn't get cheesed or anything like that. In the first game of the series, I have to wonder, is he doing this because maybe he thinks that Jjakji is not confident and he would try something special?
I was just about to ask you if you think that it's really a possibility, or do you think it probable that Jjakji says, okay, I'm going to proxy barracks here?
Yeah, the thing is, it's the best of 3, and we've seen players win series through really...
AKA the Muslim?
Not saying any names, you know, through really... doing special things and really surprising their opponents. So Jjakji actually is already playing a little bit of mind games. He's doing something that we don't see all that often anymore with the depot block at the ramp. And then from there, MC is going to be very difficult for him to figure out against what gas timing is up.
When you see something like this as a Protoss player, like with the change that we saw coming in with Heart of the Swarm in general, where you suddenly can rely a lot more on the hallucinated phoenixes because you don't have to research that any longer, is that really bothering you as a Protoss player?
The thing is, hallucinated phoenixes, against Terran they don't really apply because you don't get sentries like before, because you have the photon overcharge, you don't need to get sentries. So you get 1 or 2 later on in the mid game just before starting your tech, so that they build up an energy. And that in the big fights, when you're going to be attacked later on, you have Guard and Shield, not really for hallucination. It's not really used against Terran. In the early game, knowing if your opponent has a gas or not changes everything. And in this game, I mean, MC is not going to have any way to really know other than if he tries to be aggressive, which is what he's good at. So see, he's let the Zealot finish, and I have to wonder, is he going to try for some kind of pressure with the Zealot while he sends the Mothership core in the main? In which case, he will see exactly what he's up against, and he would be pretty happy to know that there is no gas-heavy committal with a quick factory.
What do you think would be the best way for Jjakji to actually approach the series against MC, given what we've already said about the Protoss player, and also given the series that MC played against him?
I think the way he usually plays, Jjakji is similar to MMA in a way where like he just tries to play safe, to macro, to see what he's up against. If he does that, I think Jjakji's best trait-based quality in Starcraft 2 is just how solid it is. So I think if he just does that, and just puts a little bit of extra effort into not getting surprised by anything that MC would do, he will do well, which is what I think MMA should have done as well the last time that they played. They didn't do well enough, at least not in the important parts of the game. I think we both remember those Colossi that he had to face when he had only Ghosts and no Vikings.
He was really blindsided about that, going for only Ghosts and not really having anything against the Antia, trying to wing it somehow, and it didn't work out for him. I mean, Jjakji in this game now going for the faster +1 attack upgrade, and so far has actually done a pretty good job with the scouting. He has another unit now going up to the left side of the map, trying to get another look into what exactly is going on there. With the SCV, he can always scout a potential third base. He can try and sneak into the natural.
This is dangerous.
But we have no bunker, and with no bunker and a Zealot and a Stalker already moving in against 4 Marines, 3 more coming from the high ground, but this is really getting dangerous, especially since now the Mothership Core is also moving in.
MC could use a time warp here. He's known for that early game micro. And he's gonna use this a lot, maybe get 1 or 2 more Marines. Going for the robo behind this is the first. Oh, the time warp, he uses this.
Yeah, time warp being used gives him 2 more Marines at least, and he gets a third. With the nice micro, he can really kill a lot here. He's just abusing that the Stalkers have the higher range and are also a lot faster. But now with the Marauder out, of course, MMC has to just move back, at least for now. But Jjakji is really pressured a lot here, and he's losing unit after unit. And of course, the Marauder can't shoot air, so that Mothership Core is having a great time now that the Marines are gone.
Even against them, I think MC is trying to stay for as long as possible. The Mothership Core is gonna die, but he's done the damage. 11 Marines die. I don't think MC even cares about a no energy Mothership Core. He's just gonna remake that, and he's gonna reappear with more energy than it would have had if he had kept it alive. So pretty smart rush here by MC, who also I think interrupted Jjakji's worker production for some time. But the thing is, he invested so much into these units that he wasn't getting too many workers out himself. He's just a little bit ahead right now at a time where he should be around 10 workers ahead.
Yeah, it's only a 2-worker surplus, and with the double mule that we have for Jjakji, the Terran player is finding himself in a really good income position. That's of course going to increase as soon as, well, there he dropped the mules, and you can really see how the minerals are suddenly starting to spike. So Jjakji finds himself, at least in the economy, in a really good spot. Definitely lost a lot more than his opponent here, but that was a very nice attack by MC.
Interesting Immortal he's making. We've seen more Protosses making Immortals against Terran than ever before recently. Like they just start making them like that, and every time I'm like, oh my god, this is an Immortal push. But no, not really. You drop down the Robo Bay later on, sometimes even after a second Immortal, and you take to Colossus standard from there. 3 additional gateways though. Is it an Immortal attack?
I mean, he chrono boosted it as well. Like, he's really chrono boosting on his robotics facility a lot now, and maybe he thinks that with the damage that he already dealt to the Terran player, he can just simply go for it.
6 gates plus a Robo. He gets a Warp Prism. I think MC wants to be very aggressive with this. Oh, he just wasted a lot of energy actually. You definitely want to be saving this for like the next attack that you will do. MC is proxying a pylon across the map. We saw this earlier in the tournament, somebody trying something like that. Oh yeah, it didn't go well.
No, didn't go well at all.
But in this case, I think Jjakji almost always goes very Marauder heavy as well. You see?
He's going for 3 bunkers. Like, he knows what's going on with that poke that we saw up the ramp. He identified the unit composition, and he has an inkling what's happening here. Those bunkers are definitely gonna finish, and then MC has to somehow break through here. And his Immortal count is not all that high. He has 2 so far. With the damage to the Stalkers, he can take that out.
This looks the exact same as Gravy versus MMA. The factory, the exact same 3 bunker placements. MC, can he make this work? He's gonna take out the factory first and then go for it. I think he's probably gonna warp in a lot of Zealots or Stalkers to help support this. He has enough sentries, I think.
The economy for Jjakji is better. If he holds here, it's gonna be difficult for MC. MC starting to move in. The Medivac's nice with the pickup, saving those units, but you can't repair. SCVs are blocked by the force fields, and 2 of the bunkers already down.
Jjakji's gonna pull back. I don't think there's that much energy on the sentries left. The turrets will fall before taking out the Mothership Core. MC's just gonna regroup, make more units, maybe go for another round. He's still making probes at the same time, even if this attack fails. As long as he trades well, he will still be in the game, but I think he's about to do a lot more damage here. He's gonna force an SCV pull, and I think the force fields are always gonna be important and always gonna be good here. It's not that hard to force field against this army, I think.
The 1-1 is nearly done for Jjakji as the attack upgrade already. Here comes the armor upgrade. It might give him a bit of an edge here. He's moving in, the force fields blocking the Terran player out, but the Protoss still pushing in, and MC still with a lot more army supply, doing so much damage. Jjakji even lifting the command center.
He doesn't even know where to go. He was about to go into his main, up the ramp here for some time.
Well, he's trying to snipe one of the Immortals, but the Warp Prism is there immediately, picking it up, dropping it behind the army, and MC just pushes in one again. Jjakji has just nothing left.
Jjakji made early on add-ons with the tech labs on his barracks, and he went so Marauder heavy that this strat is just so effective right now.
He's moving in again, the force field strapping the bioforces, the time warp securing that position as well. He's pushing in once more, 26 SCVs killed already. The army supply nearly twice the amount for the Protoss player. He's pushing in once again, and Jjakji is desperately trying to somehow hold, but it doesn't look like he's able to do that.
You know, we've talked a lot about WCS points. I'm pretty sure MC doesn't even care. He's here for the money.
He's definitely here for the money. He takes a lot of pride in being the one player that has the most prize money gathered up during WCS or StarCraft 2 in general. Once again, another round of offense for MC. He pushes in with his Stalkers. Jjakji trying to secure the high ground at least. That command center low gun is going to fall, and this is going to seal the deal.
Man, the Swap Prism is really making these Immortals actually immortal.
I mean, it picks them up. Oh, and as you say, like one of them dies.
This is enough, and GG.
Really
MC,
well played here by MC.
But I'm a little bit disappointed here by Jjakji's SCV placements. Like at first they were in front of the bunkers, but then he kind of chickened out and pulled back with them and put them behind the bunkers. I mean, that was an invitation for MC's perfect force fields to be used behind the bunkers for these SCVs not to be allowed to repair.
Those bunkers didn't survive at all. When it happened against Jjakji, the bunkers were staying alive for a lot longer, doing the damage and also buying yourself the time to get more units out, getting those upgrades too. Even with the 1-1, he had no chance there. And as you already pointed out, that Warp Prism alone, picking off the Immortals the entire time and just securing them until the end of the battle, that was really worth a lot with how Marauder heavy Jjakji was playing.
And you know, MC had a pretty decent economy behind this too, because he couldn't still a lot of probes. He went up to like 46, kind of standard, while he was doing this. He was on all 4 saturated gases on 2 bases, so he could have easily made a Robo Bay behind this. I mean, if he fell really far behind and lost everything that he had, obviously he would have lost, or at least found himself far enough behind that he would have been in a terrible position. But as long as he traded well here, he didn't even need to kill Jjakji. He could have transitioned behind as well, very easily.
I mean, for Jjakji, he finds himself in a position that he had a lot of times in the past against MC now. We talked about him not winning any of the recent series that he played against the Protoss player from Korea. And MC is just like completely crushing Terrans at this tournament. Once again, he leads in the series. He needs 1 more map win to advance to the semifinals. He would face a Zerg there. He would go up against Tian, who was successful against the Muslim earlier. Game number 2 is going to happen on Deadwing. What's your take on the map for the matchup?
For me, Deadwing is a very death volley map. You can take 4 bases quite easily and kind of camp and much more easily than on other maps, but it's not really MC style. So I feel like he's probably still going to be the aggressor while macroing, and he's going to be the one making stuff happen. It's really going to be up to Jjakji's defense to see if he can win or not.
Well, we're going to jump into game number 2 with a 1-0 lead for the Protoss here in this PVT. Starting down to the bottom right, we have him in red. It is MC. Playing here on Deadwing on the second map against the Terran player, cross position to the top left in blue. Down 1 game, he needs to win 2 in a row now. It is for Mind Sanity, Jjakji.
MC on this map.
Could we see another proxy? We already had one where he proxied the Stargate, was going for the Oracles, trying to damage with that. Do you think there's a chance that he's going to try and do that on this map again?
There is a chance, but I don't think he will. I think something like, if he was to really be aggressive, it would probably be better to do something like blink play. You know, like the ramp, the very big ramp around the main on this map, kind of reminds me of Daedalus and the big space around the natural. So if MC wanted to do like, say, a 2-base blink play against Jjakji here and really like surprises him, like he hides it well, and again, Jjakji doesn't see what's coming on time, I think he'd just die. So it's so hard to play against somebody like MC. If you look at his games, like you're spectating them, it's still pretty hard to understand. Like you really have to put yourself in the Terran's shoes to understand how difficult it actually is to face this guy. Like you never know what's coming. You know that there is something coming, but you don't know what. And even sometimes if you realize what's up and he knows that, he transitions again. And then you keep on having to figure out what's up. It's very hard.
How is MC able to do that? How is he more successful with this than other Protoss players? Do you think it's just like the game sense that he has that allows him to just pull things off that other Protoss can't really emulate?
He plays Protoss, man. No.
Oh, you're actually admitting?
He understands the game very, very well on another level compared to other players. And in terms of like tricking people, that's just, I don't know, that's just his forte. That's just what he does, what he's been doing his entire career. So he knows very well how to mix in a lot of different builds. The execution is always very crisp. And he used the map features very, very well on most maps as well. It's just what he focuses on when he practices, I guess. He does a lot of research, I'm sure.
It's actually also interesting that you mentioned the maps against MMA. We had a situation where they both vetoed maps that were newer to the system. They were only relying on the old ones. This time, we already have the first one, so apparently the veto is going very differently in this case.
Yeah, I wonder why. I wonder who did not veto, or
Yeah.
like who vetoed the other
We
map.
unfortunately don't know exactly how the veto process worked here, but that's definitely something that might have played a role here. Maybe MMA was the one who really was trying to eliminate the new maps, and Jjakji feels a little bit more confident here. But right now he's down a game. He needs to win 2 now. Expansioner for MC and for Jjakji already on the way. How much is the cross position going to affect this game, considering the behind dead wing? What do you think about the different positions that you could have?
I feel like there is more chance you will either like do aggression where like you reach the main easily and stuff, or like either get dropped too, as if it was vertical positions. Whereas cross map is much harder to reach your opponents. But for MC, most of these rules don't really apply. Like once you have warp gate, you don't really care where your opponent is. Crossing the map is going to take longer, but once you're there. You're going to warp in units very quickly with the pylon that you're going to have proxied. So with MC, honestly, like it's not only just super hard to play against him and know what he's doing. When I'm observing MC, I never know what he's going to do anyway. Like I try to predict here and there, but like it's futile. It seriously can be anything, and even when he goes for something finally, he just transitions so well when he has to. That's anything's possible, literally. And you know, like you could hear a lot of people or casters say that about players, but it's the most true when talking about MC.
Well, MC decided to go into a robo first in this game. We have the stim on the way for his opponent, so this time not the early +1 attack upgrade. He has 3 barracks already, so a lot of production, of course, to secure himself the space as well, but that's quite the presence on the map that he will have with that. This time MC definitely not going to be able to put some early pressure onto him. The Forge for MC, going to get his upgrades out as well, and the first sentry for him on the way. Units lost, by the way, for both players, like nearly nothing. 1 probe died, just the early scouts, nothing else.
I'm starting to think that Jjakji is going to do a huge attack when he gets enough bioforces, and he's probably going to commit to at least doing a lot of damage in, I would say at least kill these stalkers, maybe the mothership core. Obviously there's going to be the photon overcharge coming into play. I wonder if I would say he probably goes for that attack and try to do as much damage as possible. But if he was to save those units and wait for Medivacs will come in very late, but then he would have a lot of bioforces. So I wonder right now which one he's going to go for. And it feels like maybe he opened like this because he wanted to be safe against any kind of aggression. Like you have a lot of bioforces. What would he be in bad shape right now? He would have been good against oracles. Only against DTs he would have been in bad shape because he would have turrets very late. But now he's going to use that to his advantage to attack with those units and try and trade well.
Do you really think that an early attack with like the stim upgrade can really be all that successful, considering that we have for MC, of course, not only the photon overcharge, but by now the sentries that can always buy you some time, trap a couple of units. You can't save them, you don't have the medivacs yet, so it's not just simply elevatoring units over the force fields. Do you really think it can be successful here?
Yeah, probably not in this game. I mean, it's very easy to get caught off guard as Protoss because you don't have all the info you would like to have as well, ideally. Like we saw, I think it was Grubby earlier in the tournament, get surprised by how much bio there was attacking him and then taking a ton of damage. But here in this game, you see MC's already gotten it to 3 sentries, and we might actually see a hallucinated Phoenix here maybe, but I guess he has the Observer already across the map. But 3 sentries really help it, like, with like force fields and the Guardian Shield. Like, it helps so much early on, especially when there is no Steam yet. And now there wasn't Steam for the longest time. He just only now completed. He goes for a Twilight with the Immortals that he's getting. MC, what he's doing is still not standard, but it seems to be his new standard. It's not what he was doing before, but it's still an unusual thing.
Well, he's going straight for the blink upgrade, and of course then later on get the +2 armor upgrade with this. The gateways once more coming in, 2 additional ones. Whereas we have for Jjakji, just him also sitting tight and still trying to just get those upgrades out for the bio. The combat shield is coming in, and he's waiting for those medivacs. And once the medivacs are in the game, we are most likely going to see him with quite an amount of potential aggression against MC. And the one thing that MC is actually missing in this game, if you compare it to the series against MMA, he doesn't have that vision on the map that he got with all the observers. The one observer that he has, or 2 of them, already got sniped.
Yeah.
Vision is a problem for him.
Yeah, he only has 1 observer now, which is at his 3rd base. So if Jjakji was to start dropping left and right, MC would not necessarily see it coming, but since he's staying on 2 bases, it doesn't really matter because he has Blink Stalkers, or he's gonna have Blink in a moment to really help and defend. And he's going for Templar Archives on 2 bases this game. A style that doesn't really work anymore, but MC is just so good at hiding stuff that it's not really gonna matter. And he makes a Warp Prism at the same time. I've seen him play this style before. He always loads up 4 Zealots and just keep on dropping them as the Terran leaves his base and warps in new Zealots. So basically, if you leave your base as Terran, it's going to be very hard to defend back at home and also put on pressure at the same time, which allows MC to expand even more, or just like set himself up in a good way in a game where he could take the win with some good moves.
It also doesn't really look like Jjakji has any idea what's happening in regards to tech for his opponent here. I mean, we already have him with a nice setup against potential drops. He, of course, knows MC style and kind of predicted that.
Yeah, both players, it's funny. They're anticipating drops and they have units in position equally across the map.
Yeah. But the problem that we still have for Jjakji is that he doesn't get his own Ghost Academy. He has no idea, but he's going for that massive drop that we expected, that we talked about. That might be what he can pull off here. Keep also in mind that we also have High Templars available.
Oh, the War Prism! He reacts on time. I don't know why, but Jjakji was going to go for a Doom drop.
He scanned ahead. Maybe there are a few High Templars with feedback and a couple of Stalkers in the main base. Not quite sure about it, but he's moving in. The force fields are being dropped at third base. There are not enough force fields just yet. One of the Immortals go down. He's moving in. Storm isn't done yet. The feedback's being used against the Medivacs, but not really doing the damage. Doesn't kill them just yet. Here comes the timer with the Mothership, and he moves back with the Medivacs in the last second.
Big win for Jjakji here. Trading units, even though he lost a bunch as well, and these Medivacs actually didn't lose a single one of those Medivacs. If you look at the units lost, Jjakji lost a bit more than MC overall, but getting a cancel on that third base, that means MC had to restart it much later than he would have liked to have it, especially when you go for this kind of style. You know, when you go for double forge, then it makes sense that you're only going to be able to take your third base later. But now in this situation, ideally MC would have loved to already be on 3 bases. And now he's going to be stuck on 2 bases much longer. He's getting charged very quickly. So he's still going to have a very strong army to deal with any kind of attacks, and he can still be active with the War Prism that he's going to have on the map. But Jjakji already has put it that War Prism earlier, so supposedly he should be ready for when it comes back, because the War Prism always comes back, let's be honest.
Well, he has one. I think he built a Viking, right?
Yes.
He had 2 on the production tab, and here comes the Ghost Academy too. So with a Viking, he can make sure that that War Prism is not going to give him too much trouble, or at least not going to get more than 1 warp in it. And it's another attempted Doom drop that we see by Jjakji.
He's going to raise the stakes. 6 Medivacs this time, and maybe an attack at the front as well with a few Marauders and Marines.
There's 1 High Templar on the other hand for the feedback, and a few Stalkers, and they all have Blink. He doesn't have an Observer in position though.
He's swapping there. MC somehow smells this coming. Jjakji scans, does he
goes in?
He's gonna go for it!
He just goes for it and he drops. Where are the feedbacks? No feedbacks just yet, no storms. There's a storm, hitting a few of the Marauders. The Marauders just take down the Stalkers without any problems whatsoever. And at the same time, Messino has to move back into the main base. The Marauders moving and taking down the cannon. Another round of Warpins here. Widowmine suddenly burrowing, and all of those Zealots taken down immediately. Jjakji is really going to do so much damage here if he just is able to somehow pull this off. And another drop at the third base.
Is there an Observer actually with this army? Because those Widowmines are gonna reload here in a few seconds, in 20 seconds. They are right on top of the Templars right now. He needs to bring an Observer. MC's not sending his Observers there.
Observer is nearly done. The Observer is done and moves
up. He's going the wrong way.
And he's going the wrong way. Oh, he could get another shot there, but at the third base we still have a bit of aggression.
Jjakji's gonna drop again, I think. Oh, he's thinking about it. He's hesitating.
Well, he even has the vision there. He has the Widowmines. He could actually just wait out the Photon Overcharge and walk into the mineral line.
Oh my god, these Templars, if they were to walk into those Widowmines.
Uh-oh, and that could very well happen. It's
Ghost
a
on the way behind
bait that we have there. He moves in. Here comes the first Widowmine. Does he get a shot off? He gets a shot off and takes them down. Oh my god, all of them gone.
That was sick. That was awful for MC here. Very unlucky with this. It was his mistake. I mean, he saw that there was Widowmines there. He left with the Observer too early. And behind this, we have a Jjakji on Ghost Tech. MC, he's doing a transition to Colossus, but a very weak one, a very slow one. He only just got now his first Colossus. He doesn't even have a second one on the way. MC is kind of broke. He's short on gas. He's had to spend a lot of money on units that died, especially very expensive ones in terms of gas with those Templars that died as well. So MC is down to 3 Templars, and I think this next attack, man, it's going to be so hard for him to hold.
Yeah, Jjakji is moving across the map with 106 army supply. He has the 1-1 done, and 2-2 will finish in just a second. Once he has our upgrade, it's going to be crazy good for him. Also, a lot of missile turrets to the left side, and that War Prism is starting to move in exactly at this position.
Yeah, I don't think he can drop. If he cues that drop in the main and flies through these turrets, this War Prism is going to die instantly without dropping anything.
There's also a Viking on patrol.
Yeah, I don't think Jjakji even cares. And MC somehow, he's headed towards the natural. Where is he gonna drop? Whoa, that Viking has some 6 games and 6 games.
Yeah, Marines moving into no warp-ins with the War Prism. And here comes Jjakji. He's trying to move in. He needs to be careful. Those storms could definitely ruin his day, but the EMPs, of course, if he lands those, that would be amazing for him.
Yeah, good setup here with the Widowmines. Jjakji could actually take his time and wait here and basically never let MC take a fourth, but MC is on the Colossus transition. He's about to be on 4 Colossus.
He's trying to drop. Jjakji's trying to drop into the main base again. It has been spotted though, and he drops anyways. Here come the feedbacks, taking down 2 of the medivacs. There are only 2 surviving, and he drops immediately. He could also move in towards the 3rd base if MC overcommits to the defense here, but MC with a great position on the high ground, utilizing the range on the Colossi to take down the Widow Mines.
Oh, actually there is some ghosts left by themselves in the middle of the map. They're not even that high on hit points. The army is gonna get chased here. Poor Jjakji, he needs to evacuate.
The Ghost trying to come in from behind, getting like 1 shot in. Well,
and suddenly Jjakji is very far behind on supply. I think, does MC counter-attack here? I think he gets rid of this and then maybe counter-attack.
Jjakji lost so much against the feedback. The double drop that he took out in the main base, that was really a problem. 4 medivacs in total. He immediately sniped 2 of them. Now here comes the drop again. Maybe able to snipe that Forge. That would be great. The +3 attack upgrade, arm upgrade not going through.
Finally something going Jjakji's way again. After that last drop, which I think was the one drop too much. I don't think it was a good idea to go for that last big drop. He got feedback, he lost a lot, but the thing is, MC's army during all of this survived the whole time. All he lost was a few Templars and a few Zealots here and there. So now he finds himself on 128 army supply to 118. Does he attack or does he resume upgrades and wait? We'll see, I guess.
I mean, he's going for the double Forge now, so I guess we're going to see the upgrades for him. I was just very surprised that Jjakji tried to drop into that position. He scanned ahead, he saw the units that were just waiting for him, and he just said like, okay, YOLO, I'm going to try it anyways, and then the feedbacks took him down.
Oh, this Archon is ambitious. The little guy is going to pull back. I'm really surprised that MC is not being aggressive. Like I said, this is a map where like it's very easy to take 4 bases and camp on them. And that's kind of what he's been doing, but I think probably against his will. Ideally, would have liked to be more aggressive, and I'm not sure what to think. Like I thought a second ago that Jjakji was in a good position, but then suddenly he dropped and lost a lot, and he didn't really hit the timing that he could before there was going to be too many Colossus, so now he's trying to catch up on Vikings.
Jjakji found himself actually in a very good spot, and then with his own Viking, he just took down the Warp Prism. It was just very meticulous his defense, making sure that he doesn't open himself up when he leaves his base to attack. But as you said, that drop definitely not working in his favor. Now a bit of a ninja expand all the way to the top right, building 3 CCs in total. That expand alone can really change the course of the battle later on. It's 5 bases then against 4. So give him a bit of an edge in economy. And keep those upgrades in mind. The +3 attack upgrade is nearly done. That will give Jjakji an edge for a slow period of time.
6 additional gateways are on the way for MC. He's trying to make sure his production can keep up, and even if he was to get attacked, he could warp in a lot of units. He's going to be on 14 gateways here very, very soon. I think Jjakji's going to hit before that. Oh, all the ghosts are cloaked. There's no observer with the army.
Oh, here comes the first EMP. The +3 attack upgrade about to be done. The Storm's trying to prevent the Terran player from moving in too fast. Look at those ghosts. The ghosts with EMPs everywhere. The shields are gone.
Oh, there's some Templars
oh
going
my
for
god,
the
he gets the high ground, high Templars as well. Yes, they scan there and gets all of them. No Storms anymore. A single one somehow of one of the high Templars found the energy to drop another Storm, but it's not going to be enough. Jjakji takes down the base and is crushing MC's army. He's just going full again. The Nexus is down. Another scan on the high ground. He's not falling into the trap. The Ghost getting ready to get another EMP in, and he gets the snipes against the EMP. The Storm goes down, but is that... This is too little too late.
I don't think it matters anymore. GG.
GG, and Jjakji takes the game and brings us into a 3rd match.
Wow, that was a very abrupt ending to a game that even though Jjakji was doing well in, I did not think it would go that well for him. Suddenly he went into high gear, high speed gear. He just like scans, cloaked, went for it, and there was only 2 observers alive for the longest time. MC was always on a low observer count, and since he was defending back at home and he kind of had cannons everywhere, he felt safe in terms of detection against any kind of cloak ghost play. So he was like, I'm probably okay. And then suddenly his army is a little bit out of position. Jjakji cloaks, scans, goes for it. EMPs everything instantly.
The high ground, the 3 high Templars moving in with full energy, trying to get the Storms off against the army on the low ground, and then the scan up there, immediately the Ghost in a position. EMPs, I think he got like 2 Storms off in the end, and it was just not enough. So many medivacs for the healing power too.
I don't think Jjakji even cared anymore. He was probably macroing. He's like, these are gonna die, but I'm still gonna win.
And he had another base, he had a 5th base behind that. It's not like he had a weak economy or anything. He had the economy to back that up too, to just get another army out there. Really well done by him there.
Merry-go-round 3rd map. A map where it's very hard to take a 3rd base on, especially for a Protoss.
What do you think? Is it Jjakji's going to take it, or do you think that MC will just play one of his 2 base timings and try and take it?
MC is definitely going to try something earlier now. He's going to be definitely the one trying to make something happen, and if Jjakji reacts well, he's gonna win. If he reacts badly, or if he doesn't see it coming, he's gonna die and lose.
Well,
That's
we're going to
simple.
find out if he's able to pull it off. Jjakji brings us into game number 3. First map, MC dominates his opponent. Now we're going into merry-go-round, and we have the Terran player. Was victorious in game number 2, all the way at the bottom of the map in this last quarterfinal here at the G3 Gfinity. It is, for MYI, Jjakji. His opponent starting to the top left on this last map. The victor here will advance to face Hyun in the semifinal. We have the Protoss player in blue. It is MC.
MC on this map, if he was to open in the exact same way with the Immortals and going for a quick blink, there is a 2-base that he could do with this. But I feel like Jjakji is very solid against all-ins, but then Ikanta doesn't really apply against MC just because he's playing really paranoid. Actually, it was funny in the previous game. You know how Jjakji had 3 turrets on the left-hand side of his main, plus a Viking? Later on, he was like, this is probably not enough against MC. I should get some more. So he made 3 more.
He got
and
turrets also at the
turrets.
3rd base.
This
He got
is-
turrets everywhere.
How paranoid does MC make everybody that you need to get like extra defense against him to make sure like you don't die to like a War Prism flying into your main and warping in Zealots with armor upgrades.
Well, if you think about how much damage a War Prism can do if it gets into the main base uncontested, it's probably a smart thing, just saying, okay, I'm willing here to invest some minerals just to not die against anything. And we've seen MC do this against MMA too.
Yeah.
So I like that Jjakji is opting to be safe here, especially when he's already on 4 bases and can certainly afford to spend a few extra minerals.
Jjakji is going to go for a gas 15 on this map, which I think is a good build. On this map, I think 2 very good builds that Terran can do. One is gas first, that we saw Bunny be very successful with and do well. And the other one is gas 15. I thought for a second this might be a gasless expand, but we don't really see this anymore. It's completely fell out of fashion. So here Jjakji is going to go for a reactor expand with a factory behind it. A build that's Terrans have tried to pull off before versus MC. I think MMA did a variance of it, and he called it the anti-MC build, where you get 2 barracks and a factory, and you just pump out a lot of units, and you have Widow Mines, plus a lot of Bioforces to hold any 2-base or 1-base aggression that he might throw at you. So we'll see if Jjakji goes for something like that, or if he just plays standard behind it. Or maybe rushes a starport, which will be dangerous against MC. Could backfire easily.
I mean, MC, we just saw him on screen, confident as usual. That's one of the things that he's never going to lack, confidence. And it's especially evident when you see his trash talk in the lobby.
Yeah.
Like, especially yesterday when he was mentioning several times that he is the Starcraft 2 player who won the most prize money in the 4 years that we had Starcraft now. He's just an
Ooh.
amazingly consistent player.
MC is trying to surprise Jjakji right now. Was that a gate 10? Gate 10 actually? I think yesterday he already did a gate 10 with Zealot, Stalker, Mothership Core, and then he did 3 Stalkers in a row. He really didn't do much, but I think
Jjakji,
here he's looking. Oh, he cancels the CC. Oh my God.
Jjakji with the cancel and CC. He doesn't have a bunker on the low ground. Gets that now on the high ground.
Panic.
Goes for the factory.
Picnic. He needs to get that bunker up. He needs to make sure he has units ready to repair. He starts a factory and doesn't even restart a CC with this.
Do you think, do you think it was a mistake to cancel the CC? I mean, he could not have held on to that anyways, right? With the bunker that he was missing on the low ground. How do you defend against that?
Maybe as long as you finish the CC, then you can fly away with it. But maybe he wanted to spend resources somewhere else. Jjakji, it looks like he's ready now. Ooh, that Marine. 1 hit points. That one too.
2 of them.
Oh my God.
What a save.
The Mothership Core is getting,
Very frustrated, I would say.
yeah, a little bit too crazy here. Needs to be careful and get out of here. So MC, even though his aggression didn't work, he's still doing okay on walkers. He's on 20. I wonder what he goes into from there. And it's so funny that Jjakji is not going to have any scouting capability behind this, because he's going to be on 1 CC. You don't really want to be using scans to see what your opponent's up to. But I think a good thing maybe he could do is try with the Reaper. But if you look at what MC is doing, he's just going to go back home. You will see it coming and I guess deny it easily. So I guess, yeah, okay, that's very smart as well. He goes for a starport and he's going to have medivacs to not only be aggressive, but figure out what MC is doing as well with.
How would you judge the position that we have now for MC? Was that really worth it in the end? He used a lot of chrono boosts for that. He got the units out fast. He delayed his expansion a bit for it. We have Jjakji now with a faster command center. He has a very good amount of harvesters. Is at the same amount, so the Protoss player not ahead. Also doesn't have really the energy to spend for a lot of chrono boosts.
Yeah.
Do you really think that was worth it for MC?
I think it's... What is Jjakji doing? You just attack his gas for a second. I think it could have been a lot worse for Jjakji. I don't think that for MC it could be much worse, because even if he reaches his opponent's base and the opponent's ready, which means he's gonna have invested in some defense like the bunker and stuff, and in this case kind of panic, cancel the CC, MC just doesn't sacrifice his units. He goes back home, and then he has stalkers for later on in the game. He chrono boosts out probes and he gets ahead. Oh, the robo barely gets missed by the scan here. This is a big deal. Jjakji still has no idea what he's up against. Wow, this is massive here.
I guess Jjakji is going to see it with a medevac as soon as he starts to move in, but the observer will be out, so it's very unlikely that he's going to have too much damage, or that he can deal too much damage with the Widow Mine, unless, of course, the observer is already halfway across the map.
He starts a turret because of this, you see? This is the effect of not being able to see what's up against a robo. Against a robo, you never, ever, ever get a turret where he's getting it here. Only Goody would. The Goody turret, man. It's always in front of the second CC.
Well, we've seen it sometimes in Rings of Liberty, but not so much in Heart of the Swarm when you were trying to intercept an observer, I guess. But yeah, that definitely indicating that he's a bit afraid that there might be some DTs moving in.
What's going on here? Okay, I was worried for a second. Jjakji had a tech lab on his factory and starboard, but he's gonna swap that for barracks. So he is indeed going bio and not for something crazy like Banshees and mech. And yeah, Roboway for MC.
The observer is all the way to the bottom right now, scouting the base here, and we have another observer in the main base. It's just highlighted by our observer. Big shout out to Funka at this point. But the drop is moving straight into the mineral line. There comes the photon overcharge and the kill against the Stalker, thanks to the Widow Mine.
He's even gonna evacuate with that. Nicely done. Oh no! You're up against the wall, bro. Go around.
Well done. Afterburn is just in the last second speeding out of there.
With the 2 additional barracks, Jjakji is going to be able to start Combat Shield and Steam Pack at the same time, but very late in this game. I mean, past 9 minutes, I think from there, he definitely has to start an additional command center, because if he starts additional barracks, like, he's not going to have any, or like too much capability before he has Steam Pack and Combat Shield to really be aggressive and make something happen. And we see MC throw down a bunch of gateways extra and a Twilight Council. I wonder if MC is going for a 2-base. He's getting double forge. Well, I think when you go double forge, there is more of a chance you take a 3rd base, but sometimes we've seen 1-1 timings being executed.
Yeah, with the double forge, definitely a bit more likely that he's going for a more macro game. The one important thing, of course, that we had with the aggression by Jjakji as well is that he finally identified that there's a robo attack, and that leads him immediately to head straight into Vikings to just counter his opponent's Colossi. The first one already out, so you of course also saw the robotic spay here. That was definitely one of the bigger parts, having the information here too. And you can really see that Jjakji is a bit worried. Like he's going straight for a double bunker because he doesn't really know, do you try to hit a 2-base timing or do you want to go and take a 3rd base?
MC's playing it very safe actually. This is the first time he's playing actually standard, and he's making cannons in his middle lines. He's not cutting any corners, he's going double forge. And again, the difficulty on this map is to take a 3rd base. Does he plan on taking any 3rd base? And is Jjakji really gonna play, is he gonna treat MC like you would a standard player? In which case it will be good if, since MC is actually playing standard for the first time, he's getting blinked now.
It looks more and more like MC really has a lot of respect here. Even their cannons, he's just playing so defensive. And if you compare that with what we usually see MC do, do you think he's worried here a little bit with all the confidence that he usually shows?
Yeah, probably. Actually, as we say that, MC interrupts Colossus production. I think he realized that he's been scouted, and he gets Immortals plus a Templar Archive. Oh, all right. I'm starting to think here we might see some kind of 2-base out of MC. The thing is, he's still making Blink, which is weird. Usually when you go for something like that, you will get Charge, so that you get Zealots and Archons, or maybe even Templars with Storm. So I feel like MC is the one that's being thrown off his game here in this series by Jjakji, and he's trying to react, he's trying to do the move that he has to do to keep on staying ahead, at least in terms of mind games, but I don't think it's gonna work.
We have once again Jjakji doing a great job at identifying the positions of the observers and really limiting the scouting information of MC, taking down another one just a few seconds ago. MC is producing those observers and really trying to get the vision. One of the reasons why we see the observer from the top left heading now to the bottom right is that Jjakji just sniped one. But now we have those dropships, and with the observer count getting really low, only 1, Jjakji suddenly has the opportunity to drop a bit later on. MC being a bit paranoid, having stalkers everywhere is preventing that for now. But at some point he's going to move out with them.
And you know what? It's nice that we see that happening, because usually MC, when he does this, Terrans drop and they lose everything and they lose the game. And people are like, oh my god, Protoss is so strong. Well, MC did a defensive build and people dropped into his Blink Stalker, so of course he's strong. But in this case, since Jjakji played so passive and never really dropped, look at the supply lead he's got. This is what happens when you just macro, and you have a build that kind of counters your opponents, but Storm is on the way now. MC is banking everything that he has going for him in this game on these Storm upgrades. Now, those Jjakji realized on time there was a transition made, in which case he would need a Ghost Academy and start making Ghosts in not too long. Because the more he waits, the more Templars there are going to be, and then he's not going to be ready.
How many Vikings does he have? He's still committing to the Viking production.
Yeah. This is a big mistake.
8 Vikings already, he's
Yeah.
going up to 10, like he's really misreading this a bit.
He's cutting production now for Vikings. He's starting his 2-2 upgrades. I wonder, does Jjakji know?
He actually
no, he's making more.
He completed a set of Vikings, that's why he for a second didn't have them on the production. But he's going into the Ghost Academy anyways now. It
Yeah.
might just be a bit too late. Storm is already through. If MC hits this, well,
I wonder if Jjakji is maybe thinking about doing an SCV poll with like 3 ghosts that we see, which in this case, there will be a lot of Templars on the map. There's only 3 out now, but supposedly from here,
oh, nice move straight towards that third, forcing the cancel. Well done by Jjakji, identifying an opportunity and just pouncing on it. Really well done.
He saw one of the Templars now with his scan. A single one, that should be enough to realize that there is Storm on the way, since there was no Archons or anything. MC is actually, oh my god, I can't believe he sent his Stalkers across the map and they're just sitting there. That means that if he gets attacked, they're not even going to be there to defend. And he's already a little bit behind on army supply. Not doing too bad with that. Oh man, those Zealots. Vikings could actually just land and
so
kill
many
them.
Vikings, like he's still building Vikings.
Yeah.
He's finally starting the Ghost production with the completed Ghost Academy that he has there. But I
Yeah.
don't think he realizes that there are not enough Colossi. That's 1 Colossus, that's all that we see for him. See, that's a lot of dead supply that he's going to
I think Jjakji is going to go for the same attack as he did in the previous game. He's getting Cloak. He's got his upgrades going. He should definitely not fight before he gets 2-2. Especially since MC is about to have 2-2. This will be the perfect time for MC to take a fight. I mean, he has Templars, there is not many Ghosts. He's gonna have 2-2, there's not gonna be 2-2 by Jjakji. Jjakji needs to wait longer, and I think MC knows that. That's why he's gonna attack. The more he waits, the less durable his army is going to be. Doesn't say that, he pulls back.
Both of them are just playing like very cautious, a lot of respect for each other, just try and wait that out. A High Templar now being taken out to the left side, and we have MC moving into the middle of the map, trying to get the better position here.
Factory is in a great position to spot all of this. That means he's not even gonna need to scan in the first place to see this army coming. He's pulling back now. Jjakji just got 2-2, he's about to have Cloak. He's on a lot of Ghosts. A Colossus transition will be foolish at this point with all the Vikings that he has. So his only worry is the Templars, but we saw how well he can EMP if he sees the entire Protoss army in the previous game. Can he do it again?
Well, we have MC waiting for an opportunity here. Jjakji is just holding on to that third base. Both of them now once again on 3 bases. A drop in the main base on a 10, but the feedback of the High Templar taking it out.
It's time for the Cloak attack. Caldo, are you ready?
Look at that Viking count.
Yeah. And look at that Colossus count. A
Yeah.
single poor boy. You should drop that and do something with
That
it.
Colossus just has to hide. He needs to duck as soon as that fight starts because there are going to be 14 Vikings that just want to kill him and nothing else.
3-3 starts for MC. I don't think this is going to help in the upcoming fight. He's going for the...
He's going for the High Templars. He's going to get them. He's scanning ahead, and here come the High Templars. They're getting all the hits off, getting the snipes, getting the EMPs. Only 1 Storm getting off, and there's no Observer. The Observer's just now flying in. He only has 2, and there's none with the army. He doesn't see
there is
it.
one with the army now.
Oh, MC now finally with the Observer, but it might already be too late. Here come a couple of the EMPs. The Ghosts are dead now. The Colossus is, of course, long gone. The Stim being hit. Oh my god, what a start into this battle.
Jjakji, he dodged the big storm. There is no storm left. There is not a single storm left. There is 2 Templars that are going to make an Archon. This army is purely relying on Force Field, Zealots, and Guardian Shield. If Jjakji heals a little bit and goes for another wave of attack, he's gonna do... Look, he's rejoining his army with a lot more Ghosts.
He only has 2 medivacs, Todd. He only has 2 medivacs.
Yeah.
Everything went into the Viking production. He doesn't have a lot to really get the hit points up again. Every Stim hurts at this point, and this Zealot count is absurd. We have him warping in 6 additional ones, the 3-3 on the way for both players, but MC's once again fast on the upgrades.
45 Zealots against 11 Marauders, 29 Marines, and 10 Ghosts. These are not particularly great odds for Jjakji here, especially in an open space area like the middle of the map. So he's gonna go back, sit back home a little bit, mass up more, but that's gonna give MC time to reach 3-3 and then go for a timing with 3-3 versus 2-2. And since Jjakji is not really walling off in front of his army, he's still gonna have to fight the army very, very soon.
I mean, both players know what's on the line here, and you can really see it in the play. They're just so cautious, don't want to overextend. The Vikings now on the ground in assault mode. Jjakji, of course, realizing that there's nothing to hit. There's no Colossus in the game. There's absolutely nothing you can do with those guys. So he wants to have them at least on the ground, tank a bit of damage, do a bit of damage themselves, of course. And MC is expanding again. He's getting a 4th base now. He is starting to use Zealot run buys. And Jjakji just trying to get a counter army against the composition of the Protoss.
This is such an unusual game we see here. Jjakji, he has all these Vikings landed here for a second. That's how ridiculous this is. He's got a lot of forces, but Zealots went around the map on a potential 4th base location here. And MC, I think he's gonna sacrifice those because he probably wants to replace them with Templars. If you look at MC's army in terms of composition, he has only 2 Templars, and one of those was just swapped in, so he's not gonna have Storm to really help with those fights.
Another observer was taken out. Jjakji waiting for his 3-3. He knows he cannot really move out and take a fight here. The Protoss player has those upgrades already done, is now starting the shield upgrades, and Jjakji just needs to wait a bit longer. MC also positioned in the middle of the map, whereas Jjakji's just trying to get a few more command centers now to get the economy, and Zealots are just everywhere.
I thought that MC might go for a 3-3 timing, but instead it shows the route of like sacrificing his Zealots slowly to try and get cost-effective trade, possibly in the economy of his opponent, or catch some units of guard, maybe some ghost. The thing is, there already was clock, and they didn't really do anything. All of these Zealots died, not killing much, but now MC is replacing them with better units, but he's still got a whole bunch of sentries in his army that are not supposed to do particularly too much. The Sensor Tower sees everything coming here for Jjakji.
And MC is moving in against the base here. Jjakji is starting to go in from the side, dropping once again those EMPs. And at this point, we have actually 30 Zealots still, and in total, the one thing that's really absolutely crazy is that we have 8 observers killed by
So there is only one left. There is only one left.
Hunting them the entire time, and once again, MC with the problem with detection.
It's actually behind his army. He didn't
The
even...
storm hits the first storm, and here comes the army of the Terran player moving in. Where the goes for the EMPs, trying to get the shot off. Army supply 124 against 127. We have a few of the Zealots moving into the main base now. The Ghost trying to take them down, and that's definitely something he can accomplish. But what a cautious game by both of them. Just fight after fight, pulling back, not really committing.
That observer turned around so fast, man. It's like a dying species in this game.
It's like a little bit like Raiders observer. They also never survive for long, and MC is building those 2 additional rovers for the observers?
It's like Teja's old observer snipe game.
Well, we have another armor upgrade, another shield upgrade. Also research now for MC is on 1 armor already.
The double robo, man. The Colossus transition is finally happening. There's still a bunch of Vikings alive, but they're not even...
It's going to be for mass observers. He's going to need them.
All right, Kaldor.
Oh, great storms against the Ghost, but they get a few EMPs off anyways.
Oh, yeah. Zealots in the natural, though. Those are many Zealots. Actually, he's not microing them. He could have sent them further away.
Yeah, it's getting the EMP off
them
against the shields, taking them on, but Zealots with 3-3 upgrades are absolutely, like, they are so strong, they're so beefy. There come the double Colossi that you've just been talking about. The Vikings are still there, though. The Vikings are still part of the equation, and MC is, of course, aware of this.
Oh, he's getting a nuke. And another Ghost Academy. Jjakji feels confident enough to stay alive in this game, to keep on taking. He's actually, it's funny, he was going to expand on the right-hand side. He's like, you know what? I'm going to expand in front of you and nuke you. That's how it's going to go. MC gets the Dark Shrine. There was a drop in the main done in the meantime. Just a single Medivac, which was defended by that Stalker, those 2 Zealots and a cannon. And now MC gets gravitic boosters for his observers to be faster.
MC needs to be really careful with that Colossus transition. We have double starport, and we have still 15 Medivacs, I think, in the game. So this is not going to be easy for him to pull off, even with the Archons that can shield them.
I think Jjakji needs more starports than just 2. He's up against 3 Robo.
What's his Viking count, actually? It looks like he's still very low in Vikings, isn't he? Yeah, only 5 of them. And his army is suffering for
15. That's what you need.
Sorry, I mean Medivacs. He had 5 Medivacs the entire time.
Man, those Medivacs. I guess he really needs more. How many would you say is a good amount with the army that he has? Like 8, 10?
Yeah, roughly like double digits. I mean, look at those units.
These poor guys are out of energy.
Exactly, they've been working overtime. Here comes the nuke. We actually see it going off against the 4th base that we have
there.
We're not. That's sad.
How did he see it? I guess maybe MC had a unit at the watchtower, so he saw that ghost like cloak. He's like, well, not on my watch, man.
How did he actually see that? Was there an observer? Did he see it with the cannon that was in the high ground? Was it close enough?
Yeah, he has an observer with his army.
Okay.
It's about time, man.
We have 4 observers now in the game. He definitely learned his lesson, didn't he? Well, here once again the EMPs, the Storms, and he's trying to snipe the Colossi with the Vikings.
They are doing the dance. So far, MC is not doing too bad, but now he's run out of Templars. So he needs to evacuate. He's getting chased down. The energy on these ghosts is getting low. MC is still gonna turn around somehow and still.
Well, MC is taking that fight. He's turning around. He's losing the Colossi. From the left, we have the High Templars entering the scene of the battle, trying to drop their storms. But Jjakji is already retreating. He's oh god, he's getting the ghost stormed though. But he's trying to at least get a few snipes off to take that High Templar count lower. 92 army supply for MC, 65 for Jjakji. MC with a massive lead in overall supply.
Jjakji messed up that fight big time. He chased too far. MC just turned around. And even without storms here, the position was good enough for MC. He sent in reinforcements. There was no real reinforcements for Jjakji, and I think MC just wins from here. He has enough. Look at those Templars that were grouped everywhere on the map to be ready in defense.
The Storms, he's getting every single one of them landed, and Jjakji gives up and leaves the game. MC still with a massive bank to warp in again if needed. Takes his opponent down with a 2-1 and advances to the semi-final where he will face Jan.
Oh man, these Terrans against MC, they seem to have a really, really tough time dealing with his style. And in this game, the mind game of transitioning from Colossus, it's so funny because last time it was